I'd like to be remembered as a person who made a difference. Not anything more, not anything less.
There was an attack on Taj Hotel. Ratan Tata had come there and there was a lady reporter and she was interviewing him. It's been so long. There is an attack on your hotel and you were not here.
मुंबई पे आतंकी हमला, सैकड़ों मेहमान और 500 से ज्यादा स्टाफ होटल में फंसे हुए हैं।
He remained there for 3 days while that entire operation was going on. He was constantly there, making sure that he's present for his people out there. Ratan Tata, a man who lives even after he's gone. This is called a life, this is called legacy, where people want to be part of you and you are part of people's life even after life is gone. That is the kind of man Ratan Tata is, I would say, not was, because he lives among us right now through many of his achievements and his character experiences. Let's talk today about a case study on law of attraction, about how Ratan Tata lived his life and what was his frequency that made him who he is. Those of you who are meeting me for the first time, my name is Mitesh Khatri. I and my wife Indu Khatri, we are law of attraction coaches, and today we are talking about a law of attraction case study on Mr. Ratan Tata. Why? There are so many things we know about him. I think we don't need to introduce him. Everybody knows he's a billionaire. He's one of the finest leaders this country has had. He played a big role in the economy of our country and making India as what it is today. We know that Ratan Tata is a man of commitment, integrity. There are so many good things that we know about him. But today, I want to specifically talk about what we can learn from Ratan Tata in terms of law of attraction. What is his frequency? We all know that law of attraction is based on emotions, beliefs, and actions, right? FTBA, feelings, thoughts, beliefs, and actions. Thoughts and beliefs we usually categorize as one part. So today, let's look at least two emotional frequencies about a man like Ratan Tata that we can also adapt, that we can learn, and maybe we can live the same emotional pattern that makes him who he is. Ready? Let's go. Take a notepad, take a pen, and please write down the emotional patterns of Mr. Ratan Tata. The first pattern that he has is something beautiful. Most people don't think about him that way, but here is his deep sensed emotional pattern, that is being comfortable with loneliness. Yes, he's someone who's been very comfortable with loneliness. In fact, he said it in one of his interviews that yes, there have been times it was difficult for him to be lonely. He was very comfortable with his loneliness because he realized the freedom in it also. He understood that when he doesn't have a relationship, he can focus so much on his work, on his growth. You see, he was a man of balance. Here is a belief pattern of Ratan Tata, by the way. He believes in balance. He has a balanced perspective, which means he could always see two sides of life. He doesn't see only one side of life. That is why he was very comfortable with loneliness as an emotion. Why? Because he believes that anything has two sides. Duality, right? Good and bad, right and wrong. And he understood this. If you think about examples like Nano, when the Nano as a car, as a business, was going to go down and it was not making profits, he understood that yes, it will bring some loss, but it will also thrive innovation. It will also help so many people. It will also help so many jobs. As a result of that, when he saw both sides, he was also always able to balance the disadvantage by understanding the advantages of something, just like he did in his relationships, in his personal life. That is why emotionally he was very comfortable with his loneliness. This is a beautiful affirmation. Write it down. I'm comfortable with myself and my own company. Once you start saying this affirmation regularly and it becomes a part of your life, it becomes part of every cell of your body, every cell of your mind, every cell of your being, and you become comfortable with yourself, you can be alone without anybody in the world and be comfortable with yourself. And that, I believe, is a very strong quality that we can learn from Mr. Ratan Tata. Wouldn't you agree? If you agree, write in the comment section right now below by starting this affirmation as a declaration. I am comfortable with myself the way I am. The more you say this, the more comfortable you get with yourself, the easier life becomes for you. Make sense? Great. So let's also write down the second thing which I told you, which is the belief of Ratan Tata, which is write this affirmation down. I believe in duality. I am comfortable with duality. Duality means what? Two sides of life. Good and bad both. Right and wrong both. One of the reasons people like Ratan Tata are so rich because they understand this, that life is duality. Life is balanced perspective. They know that if they're going to grow their organization, they're going to have people who are honest and they're going to have people who are dishonest. And they're comfortable with both. So write this affirmation down in the comment section and on your notepad. I'm comfortable with duality. I can handle duality. Make sense? Now let's go towards one more emotional pattern of Ratan Tata, and that is his humility. Yes, humility is a sense of how you treat other people and how you feel about people and with people, not who are at par with you, but people who are in a way below you. There was a reporter once during 26/11 situation.
मुंबई पे आतंकी हमला, सैकड़ों मेहमान और 500 से ज्यादा स्टाफ क्वार्टर में फंसे हुए हैं।
Now, I hope you remember 26/11 when there was an attack on Taj Hotel. Ratan Tata had come there and there was a lady reporter and she was interviewing him. And sometimes reporters get carried away by asking negative questions. So she asked him a question. She said, "It's been so long. There is an attack on your hotel and you were not here." And not these exact words, but this is what she meant. And she was asking him and she was questioning him, his integrity, his ability to be there while this attack was going on. And he said, "No, I have been here for many, many hours and I will continue to be here." And it has been history. And you can read many articles on the internet today. He remained there for 3 days while that entire operation was going on. He was constantly there, making sure that he's present for his people out there. What I'm trying to convey here is this. He could have easily been rude to this reporter. He could have easily said, "Who are you to talk to me like that?" He could have easily said, "This is not the way to talk to someone like me." He didn't do this. His respect is what he believes about himself. That is why he's humble. So write this affirmation down. I respect myself and I respect other people. When you respect yourself and you respect other people, that's humility. Would you agree that this is an amazing emotional quality that Ratan Tata had? Yes. Would you love to learn the same? Would you love to practice the same? Then write this right now. I respect myself and I respect others. Since we are talking about humility, can I quickly request you to subscribe to this channel right now? A lot of people I have noticed come to the channel, learn a lot, but don't subscribe to the channel. Because of that, the channel also doesn't grow and you also don't get more content in the future. So come on, do it right now. Let's practice a little humility. Click on that subscribe channel right now. And when you hit the subscribe button, you'll see a bell icon. Click on it. So next time I produce this kind of content, you always get a notification, right? Let's continue. Here is a second belief of Ratan Tata, which truly makes him who he is and his frequency. There was a story about a time when Ratan Tata was invited for an achievement award, a lifetime achievement award for a philanthropy leadership that he always portrayed. He always helped people. He always served people. And he was going to get a lifetime award for this in Buckingham Palace by Prince Charles himself had created this event for him and had invited him to honor him for that achievement. Everything was done, all preparations was done. He was supposed to go there. People were waiting for him. And just a little time before that, his dog, whose name is Tango, fell ill and was probably about to die. So Ratan Tata decided that instead of going for this lifetime achievement award at Buckingham Palace, he decided to remain besides his beloved dog, someone who believes was part of his life very strongly. For him, it was a friend, it was a companion, it was a very strong relationship that he had with his pet. And that is why he didn't go for that event. And when he didn't go for that event, by the way, the comment made by Prince Charles was, "That is the man and the kind of man Ratan Tata is."
On February 6, 2018, Prince Charles wanted to give Ratan Tata the Lifetime Achievement Award for Philanthropy at Buckingham Palace.
Yes.
Everything was set. It was under the auspices of the British Asian Trust. I reached London on the 2nd or the 3rd of February, and there were 11 missed calls from Mr. Tata.
Yeah.
So I said, "God, what's happened?" So I'm picking up my bags at Heathrow from the conveyor belt, and I called Mr. Tata. I said, "What's happened?" He says Tango and Tito, his dogs,
yes.
one of them had fallen terribly ill.
Yes.
He's saying, "I can't leave him and come."
So
I told him-
sensitive.
I said, "Mr. Tata, Prince Charles has organized this Lifetime Achievement Award."
Yes.
He didn't come.
He didn't come.
And you know what Prince Charles said?
Yes.
He says, "That's a man. That's the man that Ratan is. That's why the house is what it is. That's why the house of Tata is what it is."
You see, people looked up to him because incidents like this proved something about his belief pattern. See, he believed that relationships are truly, truly more important than achievements or recognition. So write this affirmation down. My relationships are more important than my achievements, than my recognition. Here is belief number 3 as a frequency that Ratan Tata always practiced. He very strongly believed in a sense of duty towards his country, towards people, towards his organization, towards relationships, towards everybody around him. He had a very strong sense of duty. To be very specific, he had a very strong sense of duty to make a difference, to make a difference in the lives of everybody around him. What does that mean? The kind of growth that he brought for India, if you think about Tata Motors as an example, it is a very difficult business. Automobile, we all know, is a very, very difficult business. But one of the reasons he started that business is because he wanted to bring India's first automobile that could be completely 100% be independent on India and 100% manufactured in India. He said this in many of his interviews that many of his friends told him, don't do it. It's not too easy to do this business in India. We can outsource, we can take expertise from other companies. And at that time, Maruti Suzuki was a collaboration where Suzuki was more collaborated in India. So a lot of people told him, bring that expertise from them. And he said, no, I want to make India independent. He had this very strong sense of duty towards making a difference with the way things are. I remember this amazing author of a wonderful book called 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. And in his book, Stephen Covey says very clearly, leave this world a better place than how you found it when you were born in it. There was 2 times when he wanted to retire. 2 specific times when he wanted to retire early to enjoy his life. He's a billionaire, he could have easily enjoyed his life, but in spite of all the money he had, twice he postponed his retirement. Why? Strong sense of duty towards the organization. People wanted him to be there, so he felt, okay, if you want me there, I am there. That was his strong sense of duty towards people to make a difference.
It's been a busy few years for Ratan Tata. So busy, in fact, that he's had to push back his retirement twice.
Great. Now let's understand 2 specific action frequencies that Ratan Tata demonstrated because of these emotions, because of these beliefs, which supports all his emotions, all his beliefs. And that is, he worked until the very end. Did he have to? No, he didn't have to. And I'll tell you why. He loved doing what he did. He loved working in life.
We've set some goals. We'd like to be a group that has revenues of over 100,000 crores by the turn of the century or into the next century.
A lot of us have this dream nowadays. I've seen this FOMO. You understand FOMO? Fear of missing out. A lot of people right now have this FOMO that I want to be financially free so that one day I don't have to do anything. I can just sit at home and money can just come to me. The concept is called as passive income. Wow. My mentor made me once realize when I also was around that FOMO and I was also addicted to this idea of financial freedom, reaching a point of time in my life where I don't have to do anything in my life. And my mentor asked me for the first time. So when I was 30, he asked me this question and he said, today you're 30 and let's say you're going to live till 100. So you have another 70 years to go. You have $1 billion in your account and you've decided that you're not going to do any work from now. No work, kuch nahi karna. In fact, he says, I forbid you to do any work till the next 70 years. He said, now tell me kya karega. So I started telling him, I said, I'll go for holidays and I'll have fun and this and that and that. And he went on asking me this for about half an hour. It was a beautiful experience I had of a wonderful exercise. He made me write down, what will you do? And he didn't let me stop. He said, Nani, aur bata, aur kya karega? Beyond a certain point. Everything that I was writing, I said, ye baar baar thodi kar paunga. He said, exactly. So what will you do for the rest of your 70 years? You can only have so many holidays. You can only go out for so many parties. You can only buy so many cars, so many homes all over the world. Karega kya uske baad? I said, pata nahi. He said, close your eyes and just be in that zone where you don't have anything to do for 70 years, but you have all the money in the world. And you're bored of parties and you're bored of homes and you're bored of cars and you're bored of accumulations. Ab kya karega 70 saal? And I realized for the first time, something that he told me, I remember it till now. And he said it in Hindi. There's a beautiful word in Hindi called aukat. In a very loving and yet, what can I say, ruthless way. But compassionately, he said, Mitesh, कुछ नहीं करने की अपनी औकात नहीं है. कुछ नहीं करने की अपनी औकात नहीं है, चाहे कितना भी पैसा आ जाए, क्योंकि कुछ नहीं करने के समय there is a possibility that you will get so bored that you might want to kill yourself. At that time, you'll get so sad in life. And I really, really realized it for the first time. That अगर कोई टाइम आ गया ना जब मेरे पास इतना कुछ है कि मैं कुछ नहीं करना चाहता हूँ, life won't actually be as good as I think it would be. So there was a gentleman called Shantanu Naidu. He came up with an idea for stray dogs, dogs who are on the roads. to come up with belts which are glowing belts or reflective belts. So it's easy to identify these dogs and to help them as much as he could. But with his own money, he could only support that cause of giving these belts to these dogs to a certain extent. Once all his money was exhausted, he wrote a letter to Mr. Ratan Tata asking for help. And he did. Knowing the kind of man he is, because he believed in having a strong sense of duty to help and making a difference, he also believed in innovation. He also believed in doing something new, something that new people can do for startups as an organization to make it big over a period of time, sometimes for profit, sometimes for charity, but he always supported innovation till the very end. Ask yourself, are you open-minded? I realized many, many years ago, I was not a very open-minded person. Whenever people used to give me ideas for my career, new business opportunities, I was not very open-minded. So for an example, in our Wealth Mastery course, one of the things we teach people is something called as MSI, multiple sources of income. If you think about Mr. Ratan Tata and many people like him, these millionaires and billionaires, do they have one source of income? No, they're open-minded. They want to do many things in life and they want to have many sources of income and support many types of business and innovation. In our Wealth Mastery course, if you want to learn how to build that mindset like people like Ratan Tata, that is the objective of our Wealth Mastery course, where we talk about and learn about and practice the frequency of millionaire and billionaires. If you're interested in that and learn what are the blocks that are right now stopping you from making money, what are the blocks that are stopping you feeling good about money, whether you have money or not, those money blocks can also always be inside you. So if you want to be part of this Wealth Mastery course, I want to give you the lesson 1 of this course completely free. Now you would say, why would I give it to you for free? To earn your trust, to give you that confidence that yes, this program can help you change your life and fast track your life by another 3 or 4 years, so you don't have to keep struggling with a money mindset that stops you from making money. So if you're someone who's really serious about making more money, if you're interested in being wealthy, there's a link in the description below. Click on that link quickly. For a limited period of time, we're giving that lesson number 1 free. Click on it and find out, depending on when you're watching this video. I hope it is still free right now. Tell me in the comment section, what is the one favorite thing from today's video that you're going to imbibe in yourself? Thank you so much for watching this video till the very end. And if you liked this video, by the way, and if you know some of your friends who could learn from this, who are fans of Mr. Ratan Tata, please share this video right now with minimum 3 friends. Subscribe to the channel and then hit the bell icon that you see, so that once you hit the bell icon, you'll get a notification from me next time I'm producing more such amazing content videos for you to help you attract success in your life with Law of Attraction. See you soon. Bye-bye.